LMS is the AA2, and then we have Janet, who is part of the county liaison team. So apologies from our two deputy directors, Matt Hutchison and John Kunle. They couldn't stay long because they had to attend to other matters. But I received greetings from Mark, our mission director. Yes, he brings compliment. Of course, Turkana County is special in the eyes of the mission. We have we value the partnership, and going back to our country strategy, as I mentioned earlier, in its development, it has had input from all the 47 counties, and Turkana included, including the business community, the county government, the county assemblies, the county commissioners, including the chiefs from the villages. So the strategy for the mission looks at improving governance systems, looks at also improving resilience, and looks at also improving the economic status for the people of Kenya. And finally, it's the fourth objective. It looks at positioning Kenya to be a regional leader in business, in whatever that we are doing. And Turkana being at the borderline of many other countries, Ethiopia, Sudan, Uganda, so you are actually on the front line of actually being a leader in playing that crucial role. So we are grateful. The whole of this week we've been here to conduct the field monitoring visit. This is because the last 2 years we were not able, of course, because of COVID. And of course, we were just doing virtual meetings with you, and including the endorsing of the annexes. But now it's an opportunity for us to come on the ground and do the field visit. We have been out with your team, the CEC for Agriculture. He has been with us, the directors, various directors from your team, and we have been out with them. And of course, our partners on the ground that are working daily with your team to see that whatever we are doing, it contributes to the CIDP. And we are grateful that Turkana County is the first of the 25 counties that the mission focuses on. It was the first county to have the annexes endorsed, and we are grateful. Actually, the governor, I think I was challenged when I saw it. No, not many governors were able to read through the annexes, but you were able to read and pick up issues like taxes and joint implementation to ensure that the activities are implemented seamlessly. That really is an encouragement to us. Yeah. So largely, this strategy has been supported with our program, the Resilience Learning Activity, with the leader, Jim. You want to wave to the governor to see you? Yes, that's the COP, is for the learning activity that has supported the development of the strategy. And of course, all other partners, they are also supporting. And of course, Nawiri will support in leading, in rolling it out. And we are still working together. So I just want to request the national government team that we asked to accompany us in the field to stand so that the governor can see, will acknowledge you. You can mention.
Your Excellency, my name is Nanok from SDG.
I'm Kennedy Lumbe from State Department of Finance.
I'm Justin Kamau, State Department for High School.
Thank you. Then we also have, we got two colleagues from the COG. One has gone, but we have one still here with us. Kennedy, introduce yourself.
Your Excellency, I'm Kennedy, City
Thank you. So I think the partners, there are many of them you know on the ground. Yes, they are. We appreciate. So because of time, we will not go into that details. But we just want to say thank you so much, and we are together in the journey to transforming Turkana County. Thank you so much.
Asante sana. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need to introduce myself. My name is Robert Loyele. I'm the Deputy County Secretary. Now it's my humble duty to invite His Excellency the Governor to be able to make his remarks and at the same time launch Turkana County Communication Strategy. Karibu, Your Excellency.
The delegation and our partners from the U.S. government, the U.S. Embassy in Nairobi, national government officers present, the county government, the members of the fourth estate. I see many of them behind there, and all the other guests that were invited for this lunch. Good afternoon. I know I have been missing since morning. You expected me early in the morning for this lunch. I committed yesterday. But I wasn't able to meet time because this is a very interesting week when so many delegations happen to be here the same day and all of them requiring my time. So I looked at it early in the morning and handled the one that was moving faster. So I had a session early in the morning with the Undersecretary General for Humanitarian Affairs, Mr. Griffiths, and his team. And then I entered into a second meeting again with the Dutch ambassador and the team, discussing about discussing a report that was looking at the potential, the economic potential of the fishing industry in Turkana. And then I ended up with the World Bank, National Ministry of Infrastructure, KENHA, on the beautiful tarmac road you see, the A1 road, and a lot of other related infrastructure. And of course, eventually it yourself. I am glad that efforts of many months have borne fruit towards working on a communication and media strategy for this county. And this is not the only thing that we are getting to fruition, but there are so many other projects that are benefiting the people of this country that we have worked closely with the American government and the American people through USAID and the embassy. And basically through a memorandum of understanding which we signed on to 2 years ago. I think this is what is guiding our very work and also this particular work we are looking at. As we develop this strategy, you are developing a strategy for a community that is very good that are very good communicators, that are very good in processing information and analyzing information. That Turkana community. And we have always done it through word of mouth. Those elders meetings you find under the tree, sitting on that small seat, the stool, and you think they're just relaxing and sleeping under the tree, it is communicating information from all around them. And those have always been our tools for communicating particular information. But of course, when the phone came, that changed. So you go to any local person out there, they have a mobile phone stacked somewhere. There may not be any network there, but they know they will get network somewhere. So that effort is going out. And I'm glad, and of course social media has also come, but with a lot of negativity, because 80% of what is transmitted in social media in Turkana is all falsehoods. Yeah? It's all falsehood. So I'm glad we can develop a communication strategy that is focusing on highlighting the real issues that people are facing every day. Highlighting the real potentials which the private sector, which government, which development partners can focus on to help resolve some of those challenges. And one of the people I can point out very clearly is the work that we agreed with one of the communications house, Champs Media. And I think that is what directed them to establish an office in Turkana. I think the first office outside Nairobi was established here. But basically focused on developmental communication that highlights issues but also puts a positive image to what is emerging out of this country. Because in as much as we have many challenges, there is a lot of good things that are happening. And these good things don't end up being known. These good things end up in those trees, but they don't go out there to help improve the image of this place. You know very well a number of investors out there. When you tell them, let's go and invest in Turkana, and many of you who've been here, you can see there's a lot of potential here. Somebody there will say, we know it is insecure, so we cannot go there. So I think it's that image of when you say insecure, this is a county that is 13% of Kenya. When one part of the border is insecure, it is localized. And that is how we should look at it, so that we don't end up branding the whole county as a place that is so insecure, you cannot move around. So I am glad that eventually we've come to develop that strategy that is going to be guiding us. And of course, this communication strategy will rely on various enablers. Of course, the enablers is the media, because media is one arm that informs the public on what is going on. The other arms are going to be government communication arms, organizations communication arms. It's going to be very critical. But also, this strategy will rely mostly, majorly, on ICT infrastructure. And one of the discussions I was having in the other room with the ICT authority is the particular component that is coming with this A1 road is the fastest fiber optic cable. And very soon we will be benefiting out of that cable. They have laid it. I actually helped launch the one at the border when we were laying it. But very soon, that ICT, that infrastructure is going to be benefiting Turkana and all the other counties all the way to Eldoret. And it is going to be a very big enabler for this particular one, this particular strategy, but it's also going to be an enabler for ICT firms to set up base here. I know they are doing an extension of that fiber. I think they may do it not by laying the knee, but they will do it remote to Lake Turkana, to Loropio, where you have that school, ICT school, that is teaching people into technology, and very soon again technology schools. So I'm glad that is going to build into this. That is going to be one strong enabler that is going to be building into this. And of course, the rollout of connectivity, telephone connectivity. I think Safaricom has now covered almost 70% of Turkana. There are still big sections, not yet, but 70% is on network connectivity. As to data connectivity, probably they're around 40%. The areas with G4 network are still very few. I think it's just the main urban areas. But of course, moving forward, these are things we can be able to look at so that we have improved infrastructure all across, including the road infrastructure. I think we will be discussing the status of this road. I think we are lucky now, beyond Kainuk to Eldoret. We've got funding to improve that section of the road again, to tarmac it, but also look at the other infrastructure roads connecting Uganda and Ethiopia through Lodwar. So all what will be supportive to this process. My only urge for those who do communication for the county, external communication, balance your reporting so that you capture both the good things about the county, but also the challenges the county is experiencing. Don't over-focus on challenges without focusing on the good things, because we will want the county to be a county of good things and show optimism as we move forward, as we resolve the challenges. But of course, developmental communication is quite positive so that we can also highlight the amount of work we are doing with partners. I do not think there's any other county where we have developed a very strong relationship with development partners like Turkana. There is no other. Because as we do this, we are also having one of the biggest projects in the world. This is the KISDI, the Kakuma Integrated Development Program, which is benefiting refugees and host communities. It's one of the biggest in the world, and it's one of the biggest that is bringing resources to help that integration. And it would not have come if partners were not supporting. And the US government has been very, very vocal in that particular area, along with many others. So this is a journey we will need to work together with the forest state, of course, with all the partners, to make sure that what is communicated within is accurate, is correct, but also reaches the outside world as information that is solid. Particularly for people who don't know about Turkana. I mean, the best beaches we have in Kenya, just like in South Coast, are in Lake Turkana. But how many Kenyans know that? Leave alone outside the country, how many Kenyans know that? That you can come for holiday here and enjoy the same way we'll enjoy when you go to Ukunda. There are very few. Because we are not communicating strategically very well. We are not communicating strategically so that those who will invest in the hospitality industry can come, and then you have alternatives to go for holiday, but help the local people there make an income, but also increase employment possibilities here. So thank you so much, the team from USAID, for this great effort, and for the entire team that worked on this strategy so that we can now focus on implementing it. But I hope that one of the biggest implementation items is going to be a lot of capacity building, around the team. I know one of my colleagues now somewhere else, Hussein Mohammed, was very critical in getting in touch on capacity building with the local media here. He is still available if you talk to me nicely. I think that effort is required so that we can move on and strengthen our ability to project the image of this county, but also the local image. And as I wind up, the biggest cultural festival in the region happens here. The Turkana Cultural Festival is the biggest in the region. There is no other. Whether you go to Central Africa, South Africa, you will not get any. but we have managed to galvanize the region. Communities that we share similar culture and language in Uganda, in South Sudan, in Ethiopia, we've managed to galvanize them together. Just for development and for peace building. I think this is one of the biggest things that is going to be helping this region change for the good. So, and I hope this strategy will help us look at all those positivities about this region so that we can know that it can change for good. It can change for the better. And I think that's the effort we are working towards. So I thank you once again and wish you well, those who will be going back to their place of work. I think what is remaining now is what? Cutting the cake or the ribbon?
Let me come and lead.
Who is leading on this?
Let me come and take a lead. Thank you very much. My brother Johnson Giko just come, and the rest of the camera team kindly come. I will have the governor in the meeting. Wait first before we do it. Wait a little so that we can analyze the cameras. You can give each one of them a copy so that they can hold it facing the camera that way. You can hold it next to your chest. Johnson, join them. You are also representing the communication team. Thank you. You are nearest.
Sorry.
You are nearest. Join them. Thank you very much. Now, let us all clap for the launch of Turkana County Communication and Media Strategy 2022-2027. One more round of claps. Thank you very much. You may now take your seats as we continue with the rest of the program. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As the governor is leaving, let us all stand, and we can only leave after he has left. Thank you very much for being part of the journey today, and thank you for gracing our occasion. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we can follow him so that we can have a photo session outside. We are going to have a 2-minute photo session. Kindly, quickly, let us follow quickly so that we can have a photo session as we continue with the rest of the program. Thank you.
Congratulations, that's not easy.
Let's go for the photo session quickly. Bado niko live, wacha tuendelee.
Did you know? She told me to call her.
Nanok.
Excuse.
Kuja.
Asante, thank you very much. Niko salama. Hey.
Resilience.
Resilience. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Yeah, ndo tunaenda lunch, but we go back in, then we close with a word of prayer. Ndio tuende lunch. Ending live broadcast. Okay. Yeah, in case you missed anything, the link has already been